Hi everyone, this is Alex, and this is my first $100,000 month on Shopify. Yes, and here's how I did it. I figured out that with Shopify you can almost print money and scale as much as you want. The only problem you might find is making too much too fast and have problems with your payment processors like PayPal. So I'm going to cover a few of the things that we've done and how it all works in terms of lookalike audiences, because that is the key in making money out of Shopify using Facebook ads. There we go. So this is the first $100,000 that I mentioned. This is the graph that shows that we've done this on Shopify with Facebook ads. February wasn't a great month. March was an amazing month. So you can see the comparison here, and this is how it all worked. The first thing that we did was to find your perfect buyer or our perfect buyer or avatar. And to do that, what we did was send multiple potential avatars to our website to discover who the best, our best actual buyers are, or who our actual best buyers are. The tip here is to find those that have the highest conversions or the higher conversions. So this is just to show you a few possible audiences. This is not exactly the audiences that we used, but the credit card users is definitely these are the elements of the audiences that we built. We looked for credit card users, we looked for car buyers, we looked for university graduates, parents, consultants, etc. So these are the types of behaviors, the types of demographics, and the types of interests that we were looking for, because those are the ones that fit the best to the product that we were trying to sell. The step two is to scale the better ones. So once you've run test ads on all these audiences, scale the better ones to see which ones convert higher on your page or product, and then drop the rest. So out of those audiences, let's say that we drop the car buyers and we drop the parents, but we scale up the credit card users, the university graduates, and the consultants, and so on and so forth for the rest of the audiences. So how do we know which audiences we want, which ads with which audiences we want to scale? One of the things, some of the things we need to do is check highest percentage of video watched, lowest cost per click, higher ROAS or return on ad spend. Look for the relevant score. Higher relevant score is best, definitely. 10, 9, 8, 7 is starting to drop already. It's starting to bore your audience maybe, so relevant score needs to be really high. And if it's not really high, then there's something wrong. Either the frequency is too high, or you've shown the same ad to the same audiences, or you have a lot of audience overlaps. The step three is to group your perfect buyers or avatars. So basically grab all the buyers that you've had in the last 7 days and put them all together in a purchase 7 days custom audience. So you create a custom audience out of all the people that, based on your pixel, have purchased in the last 7 days. Easy. The important thing is that you need to make sure that the purchase 7 days is a clean audience, because we're going to see in a minute how that affects what comes down the line. The step four is to refine your perfect buyer or avatar, and that is when you find exactly what your avatar's attributes are by using Facebook's audience insights to analyze your purchase 7 days audience. So the audience you just created in the previous step, we're going to put into Facebook's audience insights and see what type of attributes our buyer has. And that's when you give birth to your avatar, named, in our case, James. So James is our avatar, and James has a few characteristics or behaviors or attributes or likes or interests that you're going to find, that you're going to uncover by looking into audience insights for the purchase 7 days audience. If your audience is based in the US, then you're in luck, because that's where you can see a lot of things that have to do with spending methods, what credit card they use, or if they use credit cards or if they don't, the type of household income that they have, the home market value, and a few other attributes. So outside of the US, unfortunately, these features don't exist, but there is quite a few things. There's quite a few things in audience insights that you can still use to define your avatar. And a few things, for instance, James likes some Facebook pages, and audience insights will tell you which ones those are. Has certain behaviors, like uses credit cards mainly, has a few interests, and those are the pages that they see or the likes that they have on Facebook, and owns a house worth X number of dollars. So the audience insights in this case eliminates the need to use intuition or interviews, which are either a bad option in case of intuition, or interviews, which is an old-fashioned way of finding out these attributes, and replaces it with data you can gather from your testing ad campaigns. So Facebook is giving you an amazing tool that you can use to identify your perfect buyer or avatar. And to be honest, I've been reading about perfect buyers or avatars, and it's always found it confusing how you can define it and how you can interview your clients, especially when you're just starting out. So Facebook in this case is doing something amazing, which is giving us this tool to identify attributes for avatar. Step 5 is to increase conversions. And this is one of the things that you can do with information that you've already gathered. So use the data from audience insights to increase your conversions by customizing your product pages, copy, colors, buttons, etc. to resemble the ones on the websites they like and buy from. So say that you find that your avatar likes the website wish.com. You go to that website, you find out how they write the copy for the ads, for the product pages, what colors they use on those product pages, what shape, size, color those buttons are, what do the button face says. And this kind of information is going to be really useful for you, not to copy exactly what they're doing, because it's not 100% like for like that you need to do, but you need to get inspiration in there and try to resemble in a few ways the websites that these people are comfortable with. So James, for instance, feels at home in your website, in our website, because it speaks his language and it helps him feel comfortable with clicking your buy now buttons. Finally, last step, step 6, create supercharged lookalike audiences. And I'm saying supercharged because you have lookalike audiences that can be based on audiences that are not clean. And because I mentioned before that the purchase 7 days custom audience that we created had to be clean, then by having a clean custom audience to base your lookalike audience on, then that is a supercharged lookalike audience. It's really much more powerful than one that is based on a custom audience that is not really good. So what we do is we grab the purchase 7 days audience, which has to have a minimum of 100 people in it in the same country, and we create lookalike audiences for 1% or 3%, anything from 1 to 10%. And that gives you audiences that, in the case of 1%, is going to have attributes more similar to the ones in your custom audience, and in the case of 3%, for instance, is going to have many more people to target, but the attributes are not going to be as closely related to the ones that you have in your custom audience that you're basing the lookalike audience on. So what Facebook does is all the work finding millions of James instead of random people, or instead of, I don't know, Michaels or Marys. So this is important to realize that this works great for a single product store or niche where the avatar stays the same. General stores have more products, so they have more than one avatar, as not the same buyer buys all different products. To solve this issue, what you could do is you can use an app like Shopify to segregate the pixel by product using the tags that Shopify provides, and have separate avatars by repeating the process we just covered. So guys, hopefully this is going to be helpful for you. If it is, then definitely follow me on my page, subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this one, and hope to see you in the next video.